What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are having an absolutely great day. We are at the North Carolina Auto Expo, and this is my first time being the one. We do also have a Cars and Coffee event going on here as well. It's going to be a lot of cool stuff out here. You guys can see just right now, just in this small section, the lineup of stuff that we have, and I think there's a lot more stuff down there. Now, I did bring the bike out today, parked right alongside my boys over here. I don't know who these people are, but nevertheless, we're going to go ahead see if we can get a few of the highlights of the show so that the video doesn't end up being like 30 minutes long. This is going to be a little bit different than the normal Cars and Coffee we go to. I don't think there's going to be as many exotics. And then once we get done with the Cars and Coffee, we're actually going to go to the expo that's in that big building right there. I think there's probably going to be a lot of the newer car models that are coming out that they're going to be on display. But let's check out this Cobra. See, it does have that root style supercharger up there. Very, very nice JLT intake. We do have that snake badge. And of course, you got to go with the manual anytime you got a performance car. I really like the chrome wheels on this one as well. Usually, I'm not a big fan of chrome. I prefer the black. But the chrome wheels on this one fit very nice with that black paint job. I was chilling with the boys the other night, and I actually saw one of the guys had a Mustang GT/CS as well. Now, I'm not sure if this is like a special edition model. You guys let me know down in the comments. I really like it, especially with like the gunmetal gray tight rims. Usually you don't see that type of thing on cars unless it's aftermarket. These look like it came straight from the factory. And then we also have this 350 with the massive wing, buddy. And it's aluminum. Usually you see these massive wings in carbon, but the aluminum wing, nice little tasteful touch, man. And then, of course, it does have the aftermarket bumper with the sort of air intake scoop. Now, you guys know anytime I come to an event and there's a Ford Focus RS, I got to cover it. Now, Ford Focus RSs might not be everybody's cup of tea, but I love them. Especially when you get 350 horsepower in this little hatchback design. And I do like the styling. So we got a bit of a comparison here. And I do like the styling of the RS over the ST. You can sort of see both of them. Let me get right here on this edge. You can see both of them right here. Just the styling of them is a little bit different, just slightly. But I love the RSs, man. Here's a bit of a comparison for the front so you guys can see sort of what the ST and the RSs look like side by side. Over here, I don't even know what you would call this. This is an Austin Cooper. So I'm guessing this is like the precursor to the Mini Cooper. Looks pretty cool, actually. And it has ITBs as well. It's actually pretty neat, man. It's like something that you would probably see over in Europe more so than in the States. So I'd be interested to see if this is a European car or a Japanese car. And I think it probably is, because if you look, the steering wheel is on the wrong side of the car. It does have a for sale sign. So if you guys want to buy it, man, he wants $30K for it. Y'all call that number. So swinging over here, we do have a BMW i8. Now, despite popular belief, these cars are actually pretty freaking slow. Of course, they do have that supercar look, but you don't necessarily get the supercar performance with them. I'm not entirely sure about the engine size that's in this, but I know that it's a bit of a smaller engine. Doesn't make near as much horsepower as you would think, but on the inside, really, really clean. Love the blue accents especially. And with these BMW i8s, I have always liked this sort of flying buttress that you get right here. You guys can see right there. It's like you can see right through the bodywork. I think that is really, really cool. And I'm not sure if there's an aftermarket game for these. Like maybe there's something you can do, sort of spice up the performance on them a little bit. But I'm not sure off the top of my head. All right, next to that, we got this good old Jaguar, all-wheel drive Jaguar F-Type. And I love these, man, especially if you can get the R versions. I believe the R versions have the V8 in them. So if you guys can see that dual exhaust, I know this thing has to sound absolutely sick. I wish that the owner was here so he could start it up. And these Jaguars, I got a bit of a soft spot in my heart for these Jaguars. You get like sort of like that Aston Martin sort of vibe, you know, especially with it being, I believe, British. You get a bit of a luxury performance type feel. And then coming over here, I'm not entirely sure what this is. It reminds me of the Impala SS's. I'm thinking this is probably going to be an American car, but then again, I can't be certain, but I absolutely love it. And the paint job on it, you guys can't tell on camera, but the depth, it says it's a Thunderbird SC. Okay, so this is an American car. I see it on the back now. Thunderbird SC. Absolutely love this, man. The depth within that black paint is insane. And the blue stripe that's along the side gives it just enough to make you take a second look. Swinging over here, guys, of course, we do have the new Lotus. Nice little look on the tail lights, man. Love those taillights. These Lotuses, the engine is in the back. You guys can see it right there through the glass. Not entirely sure how big they are. I've still been waiting to do a review on a Lotus. It's been a little while since we've done any reviews, but these new Lotuses, everybody seems to love them. You do get a manual transmission with them as well. The owner has spec'd this one out. If he bought it from the factory, he spec'd it out pretty nice. I like the interior color on it and the exterior. Really, really cool. This is the first time I've seen one in this sort of color combo. Most of the time they're blue or like yellow, some bright type of color. So this one right here with the black rims, the yellow accents for the brake calipers, really, really nice. Coming over here, we have a good old S2000, buddy. You're starting to see more and more of these S2Ks, and you can make a lot of power with these and have a lot of fun with them. Swinging over here to the bit more high-end section, we do have an Aston Martin. Now, Aston Martin has a lot of different models. I know this is a DBS. I'm just not sure what it is because they got so many different ones. They got a Vanquish, they got a DBS this number, DBS that number, but all of them look absolutely beautiful. This one right here with the honeycomb style rims, and the interior on these is second to none. You get this sort of, I think this is a carbon backed bucket seat. You guys can see just sort of the craftsmanship that goes into these Astons. Looks absolutely beautiful on the inside and outside. Now, I'm not a big fan of the convertible, so you guys know that. One thing with these Astons, they put these little bumper attachments up there to sort of meet U.S. regulations. But if you ever were to buy one, guys, just go ahead and take that off. I'm not a big fan of it. It doesn't look all that cool. Swinging over here, 911 Turbo S. Gotta love the Turbo S's, man. Beautiful, beautiful spec. And I wish that the sun was out, because I can tell it's not going to show up on camera, and I can tell just by looking at it here in person that the color that's on this 911 Turbo is absolutely insane when you get a little bit of light on it. Swinging over here, we got a AMG C63, I believe. I might be wrong, so don't bash me down in the comments, but we're going to come around here just to check. It is a C63S model. Now, I'm not entirely familiar with the Mercedes-Benz and AMG lineup, but I do know that these C63s are supposed to be pretty freaking fast, and I absolutely love the look of them, especially this one in like this sort of satin gunmetal gray. And we also have a Camaro SS, and it might be a 1LE considering he does have the matte black hood. I'm not sure if we can test if it's a 1LE if we come around the back. I think my boy also has a manual trans up in there. Boy knows what he's doing. Now, I don't see a 1LE badge, but nevertheless, it is a nice SS. Coming down here to the end of the lineup, we do have a little line of American muscle. But starting with this vet, I'm not sure if Buddy is actually pushing any power or not, but the setup is wild. Absolutely no hood. You can tell it's a little bit of a beater. My boy got the Holly high ram up there. It's been getting pelted by the sunlight here in North Carolina. You guys can tell it's already faded. And he has the Vanity Catch Me plate right there. Enjoy the taillights. I gotta say, even if it ain't fast, man, my boy is bold. Then, of course, we got a few of your SS models, a few Camaros. They must be a part of the same group because his says Got Chop. His also says Got Chop. So I'm sure they probably know each other. This one right here again, Got Chop. The boys keep copying each other, man. What's going on with it? This Camaro right here, with the excessive exhaust tip poke out on it. But everything else seems pretty stock. I mean, the rims are stock. The rest of the body looks fairly plain, but the exhaust, my boy went all out on the exhaust, and then of course the 5.0 action with the manual trans in there. Gotta have it, buddy. I know that this Honda has no front bumper, but the setup on this thing is low key kind of clean. You see, he got the cold air intake, the legitimate cold air intake, not the little pipe that the guys be sticking on, the little filter. Only reason I don't run that is because you got a better chance of hydrolocking your motor whenever it's raining out. I don't really want that to happen. I love the freaking wheels up here, buddy. And the stretch is out of this world. Buddy, it's not even coming out to the lip of the actual wheel. He does have that big old can back there, so I'm sure it probably sounds pretty good too. Do got a few new additions pulling in. Like the wide body on that one. Real dope. We do got the G Herbo or Young Dolph, whichever one of those rappers had the camo cars. We got the good old AMG. I think that's also a C63. And then we got a Vet, a new C8. And I like the wrap on that one. We do got a C8 coming through in this beautiful black. I love that, man. Right behind it is a Aston Martin, I believe. We'll go check those out later if we have time. This will be killer if you're trying to do some activities at night. You don't want nobody to see you or possibly catch you. Not promoting anything, but if you're trying to do some activities, you need a black car. This ain't a bad choice. Guys, we do have a DeLorean that just pulled up next to the BM. Got the doors up on it. Now, me personally, I know that the new Tesla, the Cybertruck, has the same sort of stainless steel finish on it, but I really love it on these DeLoreans. And when I heard this thing pull in, it sounds sick. My boy has some insane turps. He's up here. We can see he does have the manual trans. I'm a little tall, so I got to get through here. And then check out this engine in the back, son. That's wild. And a little bit of that engine heat feels good with it being a little cold out here too. Now you guys let me know down in the comments, is the bumper also supposed to be stainless steel? Because I noticed the rear and front bumpers were both painted. So you guys let me know, because I'm not fully aware if they should be the same stainless as the rest of the body. Here's the C8 Z06 coming through, 70th edition. That thing sounds insanely good. Real quick, take a quick look at this G37. He does have the updated headlights, some carbon mirror caps, and a carbon wing here on the back. And I'm not sure if this is real carbon. I think it might be. You can see it's seen better days. But the rear of this thing is clean, buddy. Like the dual exhaust. Some guys go with the single tip. I like the dual. Guys, check out this freaking Camaro. Now, I'm not sure if you guys are going to be able to hear it on camera, but this thing is cammed out of its mind. That's wild. You can see it's got the cam bounce, buddy. That is wild. Got the boys coming through on the bikes, man. We got an S1K, MT-09, Ducati, 1199 Panigale. And then this Camaro. But I know he is making some insane power out of that thing. Got the high ram up there, no exhaust at all out the back. I hope you guys can hear it. I know he's making some wild power. Surprisingly, guys, it seems like a lot of people are showing up to this Cars and Coffee at a lot later time than they usually do. But I did want to show you guys this Trans Am. This reminds me of the Corvette engine. It might even be the same engine. I'm not entirely sure because I'm not familiar with these Trans Ams. This is the GTA model, so you guys will have to let me know. My boy got the original window sticker, buddy. 25 miles to the gallon on the highway. That ain't too bad. It's more than likely a special edition if he has, a little bit more extra memorabilia to go with it. Swinging over here, we got this beautiful 68 Mustang convertible. My boy does have a little bit of descriptions right here that you can read into if you guys want to pause it and look. but this thing looks beautiful, man. It's got the Boss motor in it. I'm assuming this is probably a restoration more so than a fully numbers matching car. Nevertheless, this thing looks absolutely beautiful, man. And my boy got the sound system in the back and the shifter. Guys, let me know how you would feel about having a manual shifter that is laid down like that more so than upright. I feel like that would be kind of hard to shift. We do have another C8 Corvette, this one being a C8 Corvette R, I believe, for that Corvette Racing. One thing that I wanted to point out mainly on this one is the freaking rims, buddy. That has to be the most insane finish that I've seen on a set of rims. Swinging over here, guys, you have got to see this. Now, this is my first time seeing a Mach 1 Mustang from this generation. I didn't even know that they made Mach 1s from this generation. You can see this one does have the 32 valve V8 in it, and I guess the Mach 1s come with a bit of a revised intake because this is my first time seeing this generation of Mustang with the almost shaker style intake, almost like the Challengers have. Absolutely love it. I think this looks sick. And I'm not sure how much these things would go for because I didn't even know that Mach 1 Mustangs from this generation existed. You can see he does have the manual shifter. Real unique. I don't think I've ever seen a shifter that has that sort of angle to it. So you guys let me know if this is real or fake. I had no idea that they had Mach 1 Mustangs from this era. We got a few of the bikes that passed by earlier. I wanted to get you guys a bit more of a close-up and personal look. And of course, we got our MT-09. You guys are familiar with this one. This actually might be an FZ. I know that the MT and FZ basically the exact same bike, just different model years. But we do have a few additions that you don't see all the time. One being this Ducati. I believe this is the 1199 because I think there also was a 1099. Yeah, this is the 1099. That one is the 1199. So let's check this one out first. Absolutely love the design on this bike. Now I heard it when it came in. Had that dry clutch. You guys can see it right there. This thing sounds a little wicked. And I'm not sure how the reliability on these Ducatis are. I know that with their new V4 models, the reliability actually is pretty decent on those from what I've seen from a lot of the bike guys. But then we also have this 1199. Now, this one does have that titanium exhaust. Couldn't really hear it over the BMW S1K and the 6R that's over here. But nevertheless, sounds pretty wicked, man. Has the Van Diemen carbon exhaust, and you guys can see it also has a carbon lip for the actual wheel. Of course, that's to try to cut down on all the different air turbulence and everything, help everything be a little bit smoother, might give you a bit of a higher top speed. Now, of course, we do have a Zook right here. This is a 750, GSXR 750. And we got a ZX6R. We got this S1K. This one right here with the carbon up here looks like. This actually might not be carbon. It might be just more of a like honeycomb type finish. But it still looks pretty sick. Revs to 16, buddy. All right, guys, so next to the Camaro real quick, we do have this Aston Martin that we saw pull in with that Z06 earlier. Absolutely love this, and the wide fenders on the back, the hips on this look beautiful. I like how Aston Martin has this sort of like a little cutout in the headlight. I'm not sure what it's for. Maybe it's some type of sensor or something. It might even be a turning signal because it looked like it might be a bit of a film that's over it. So it might be a turning signal, and I'm just not aware, but it still looks pretty good. But this Camaro, buddy, this man has got to be pushing some pretty wicked power. At least I would assume, because for you to have this extreme of a build, you're either doing it for looks or you're doing it because you need the power, buddy. And I have seen this intake kit on eBay and some other sites. On the regular sites that I see it, this intake kit right here is right around $900 just for the high rim. So now, of course, we do have the carbon duckbill trunk lid, and it looked like he had no exhaust back here, which is confirmed by looking down here. No exhaust, just cutouts that go underneath the car. And we do also have another Z06 Corvette. This one does not have the Z07 package like that one you guys can see over there by that Mustang, but nevertheless, it is still a real nice spec. Love it in this almost like a grabber blue like you used to see on the old Mustangs.